Hi, welcome back to our Python course. In this course, we'll create a program, Hello World. So let's go. Open PyCharm. And in previous lesson, we created new project and created new file. So the basic program for all beginners in all languages, I think it's Hello World. So to do this, we need function print. And you should open parentheses and write them in quotes. So hello world, and to run that you can run here. First, these two won't be available. You should run like this and choose program. So hello world, and you can also run here and run here. So you see, it's very simple. You can change text, but you should write your text in quotes. So we can write here good morning and run it. So here you see good morning, and you can also write your text with single quotes. So if we run it, it will also work. But if you start your text with single quotes, you should end up with single quote. If you started with single and finished with double, so here is syntax error. Here you see, if you started with single, you should end up with single. And here is it. And more about these codes. So if you want to write, for example, I will show you. We will open parentheses, we'll open quotes and write I don't now. So here we use single quote to in a word don't, so it will work. But if you opened with single quote and it was single quote, it won't work. So if you want to use single quote in your inner text, you should start and end up with double quotes. But if you want to use double quotes in your text, you should start with single quote and finish also with single quote. So for example, this book is called, for example, Python for beginners. So we started with, so we wrote double quotes in our sentence, and to run this, so it works. So if you understand, they should be different. And also, if you don't want to change them or use somewhere single or somewhere double, we can use with you can use with different you can use by different way. So I'll show you. For example, we open single quote and we haven't, so here we want to use single quote, so we'll write like this, and here should be whatever you want. So here's a single quote. We haven't got a book. So we run it, it will work. So if you want to use the same code in your text, you should write with this. So the same thing with double quotes. If you want to use here double quotes, here you should, so you see, I think you understand that. And as I said in previous lesson, I will show you how to use another text editors. So for example, Sublime text, you can write it. So Sublime text, go to downloads. You can download it for macOS, for Windows 64-bit, for Linux, and in 64, so for 32 also. So here you can ask, oh, how do I know that my version is 64-bit or 86 or 32? So simply go on settings, go to system, to about, and here you can find, it's not working properly, so here it's written that 64-bit, mine is 64-bit, so I can download this. I have downloaded that, so I will open that, and here's Sublime text. Here we can write our code like this, but as you can see, it's not working like properly. So if you pay attention to here, it's written plain text. Here are languages, and if we want to select Python, this is not available. Why? Because it's not registered, it's unregistered. You can I think buy it on Google or something else, or maybe it's free, and it's if it's not free, you can crack it also, but I didn't say that. So but you can choose another way. So to create file, we go here, and here we can create new file, we can open file which already exists, we can save file, we can save all files, save as. So we open new file, so it's a shortcut Ctrl+N. So we open new file, and to make it Python file, we should save it, so save as, and we should choose place. For example, I want to place it on my desk, for example package. So here we can write so better Python, so we can write it like text 1, text 11, and pay attention to this, you should end up with .py, and here as you can see it become Python file. We opened our file, and we can write our code here. For example, print hello world. And as you can see, here's no section where you can run. So to run this, you should use command prompt. So you can find it like this. Write cmd open. So to run that, you should write you should write like your location. So write cmd, and you choose which disk in it. So disk D, and file is Python, disk D. So it opened Python it opened our Python file, and we should run this file. We should first save it. Save, Ctrl+S, save, and save that, and we should write Python and this file which you want to run. Text 11.py. So here you can say hello world. It may not be so comfortable for little programs, but for big programs it's, I think, much useful. So here you see, and its color is also another like this, so we can close it. And so next thing, if you don't want to install text editors, or your computer or laptop is can't run these programs, so you can use idle. As I explained in first lessons, you can run idle. And here's shell. You can also write your code here. Print hello world. So here, hello world. But it's an interactive shell. To you can create new file as in Sublime Text, and open, save as. So you open new file and write which code you want. Example, print good morning, and you can go to next. So like this, and you can save it, and after run it here, run, if you print run model, it will run here. So if you understood, all codes which we will write here, you can write in idle also. So I think that's enough for this lesson. So in this lesson we learned function print. We learned how we can write our text here. We should write them with codes, and we learned how to use codes. We can use single codes or double codes, and we learned how to use the same codes in text with this. So, see, and we learned another text editors. So see you in the next videos. Goodbye. Supersonic.